Howdy, it's the Dreadful DM or just Jordan, and today I want to talk about DMPCs and the multiple different ways I use them, the multiple different ways how you use them horribly because you're a bad DM, and I'm ultimately the arbiter of everything that's good and holy within this world because I am mommy's perfect special boy, and I just want to talk about that for a little bit, and the goods, the bads, and the multiple different ways you can misuse them. If that sounds interesting to you, then tag along, let's enjoy a quick little romp through my very desolate and just one working brain cell mind, and let's just enjoy it. So yeah, let's get right into it. So DMPCs, we use them in multiple different ways. We can use them to mostly push the story along. Typically, a DMPC is there to make sure that the party doesn't get too sidetracked by worrying about, the economics of the world and how the currency transactions from silver to gold to copper really does work. And because for some reason, out of all the multiple different things that happen in the world, that's the most important one to them. Why? I don't fucking know. But that's the thing. We use it. We try to use it kind of subtly. That's the best way to use it, because if you try to shove it down somebody's throat, well, no one's gonna like that unless you're that type of person. But me personally, not my kind of thing. And see, that's where the main issue lies with DMPCs, is how much we should actually implement them. Sometimes we want to be playing with our groups, so sometimes we might have the inclination to be like, hey, this guy's part of the party, so he's gonna be interacting with you guys. But by doing that, you're kind of muddling up the kind of storytelling, because you as a DM know what's happening. You are actively pushing the story along. So it's like, if you have someone that's interacting with the party, you can inadvertently give them a more advantage, or take some interesting away from them because they feel less important, because the goddamn main character's right there because he's telling the same story at the same time, or the story at the same time, you know what I mean? And that's the issue. Sometimes people just use it as a retcon, man, to be like, that's not what it was meant. You actually heard the name, it was kind of muddled because so much information was going to you. It was like, I don't know, one or something like that, something just to make sure the story keeps on chugging along. We're not bogged down with the semantics of everything. And other times people just use it to be like, hey, idiots, we've been stuck in this puzzle for 4 hours. Here's the answer. Let's just keep moving along because I actually have a decent dungeon plan now. But if you guys can't figure out some simple cipher, then it's over. The multiple different ways we can use DMPCs. Me personally, the way I like to use it is more towards the route of just kind of pushing and gently leaning the party in certain directions to make sure the story just keeps on moving, because a lot of times players can get a bit too into character or too into the scene or too into the shopping, and they just kind of forget that, there's a blood cult out there that is actively murdering people, but I'm trying to look bonita right now. So it's like, okay guys, let's keep it rolling. But I often leave my DMPC to kind of be the one that's easy to talk to in the group, that's more accessible, that's easy for my players to interact with, and for them to truly expand and explore their characters, because it's really easy to talk to a drunkard who has no life, who's really sad, and ultimately will be a giant failure. I'm talking about my DMPC and not myself, but that's what I mean. It's very me coded, so it's very easy to talk to them, because and they're kind of a weird idea. It's kind of them talking just to me, so it's very easy for them to open up and kind of just be the characters. And when you have a drunkard who's very socially awkward and kind of strange, it's really easy. So they can say stuff like, hey, you idiot, you good for nothing, you are like worse than the goddamn gum on my shoe. And I have to be like, hey guys, session hasn't started yet, let's wait until we have these comments. And it's like, it's a good time. It allows me to easily interact with them and give them an opportunity, a little platform, so they can display their character and show off. And it's very fun, it's very cool, and it lets me interact with the story enough to make sure that the party is going in the right direction, because I don't want to have a stranglehold on them and be like, we're going over here, because I don't want to railroad them too hard, even though it's my own story and I don't want to be stuck in one magic shop for 4 hours. Even though that's really good time, I don't want to be doing that. I don't care about coming up with 18 different masks because one of my players likes masks so much. And what I will take a hard stance, where I'm gonna take a hard what I'm going to take a hard stand against is having a DMPC that is very active within the party and very much dictating decisions as if they weren't part of the DM, if it was another player. Having that individual, that character in the game automatically in my mind drops the story to such a lower level because you as the DM are meant to be a storyteller that's ultimately unbiased. Of course, we have moments that we want to kick our players' ass and make sure they cry until next session because that's what they fucking deserve. But no, we are truly supposed to be unbiased. We are storytellers. We're not supposed to go against them or be fully for them because we need to allow them to fuck up and truly suffer the consequences of their actions. And that's one complaint I have with people is that they often kind of go easy on the players because, oh, I feel bad if I kill him. Well, it's too bad. They grabbed the totem of like tungsten balls. What do you expect? You know? So it's one of those things where you kind of, if you implement your own opinions, your own ideas, your own morals into your character, you're ultimately going to force the story to go in certain directions because you as a player, it's going to be so hard to be like, well, I'm not going to be metagaming even though I know the secret twist over here. Well, no shit, dumbass, because you're the DM. A DMPC is supposed to be a very subtle part that's not supposed to truly dictate plans, ideas, or what the party is going to do because that really gives an idea like, oh, he either wants to go over here because he has something planned for us to all die, or is that the best optimized route? And it's kind of like, it's one of the two, so the kind of surprise is already gone. Or maybe if you have this DMPC that's really active in the party, is like, oh, am I really important if it ultimately means that this guy's gonna get the final hit every single time? No. If you DMPCs are supposed to be subtle, maybe they add some like weird like inter-party relationships and do some weird stuff there. Cause chaos, cause mayhem. Don't be the main driver. Be the little gremlin in the back that's pickpocketing or just starting shit. That's what a DMPC is supposed to do. It's supposed to be fun or simple or just be retcon mad. It's gonna be so much easier for you as a DM if you don't have to worry about separating yourself from like the art. I have to separate art from the artist even though I created Ball Crusher 3000. It is that simple. Just don't be an idiot. Honestly, a lot of the stuff for like D&D is just like, don't be a dumbass. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. Just have some common sense. Have some basic storytelling ideas. You are not an author writing a story that is only revolving around your ideas, your plans, your thoughts, your morals. You're in a collaborative storytelling game. I'm saying that for the umpteenth time because it's important to get that point across. You're with 5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7 other people, and you have to worry about what they're feeling, their agency, how their players are going to interact, how they're going to interact with your world. And if you throw another person in there that is ultimately going to try to do more, trying to put in their own values, which is actually just the DM values, and maybe inadvertently to screw over your party, it's going to suck. So you need to just detach yourself a little bit. It's okay if you don't have a person playing with your group because you are literally everybody else in the session. You are being selfish by taking more of the pie, you fat ass. You're supposed to just enjoy everything else. Enjoy the NPCs. Imbue your own morals or ideas or your own stupid philosophies in there on why, I don't know, stoicism is the best when you fucking geek. It's stuff like that where you're supposed to just, that's where you're supposed to get the enjoyment from. If you keep on adding your own players, your own NPCs that are ultimately in the party, maybe the leader of the party, do this or do that, then you're taking stuff away because you're taking opportunities, ideas away from the party. Enjoy everything else. That's the fun part of DMs. You are literally constantly playing the game. The other players can't say that. They'll have moments where they'll sit down and you're being very selfish if you throw in another one that's going to be another initiative in the combat, another person that can, oh, let me cast Speak with Animals, so you take away the Jewish ability right there or whatever. Be just mindful that you are in a collaborative storytelling player and the like 5 other people also playing this game at the same time who are not constantly playing with it, who doesn't know what is around the corner. Just let them enjoy it and sit back and introduce a DMPC if they get a little bit lost, if they need help with a puzzle, if it's ultimately like, oh, I'm gonna like party wipe right here, but that's not supposed to really gonna happen, and that's gonna like really sucks to the point of the story. So Deus Ex Machina, this guy comes in, saves it today, whatever. If that's rare occasion, perfect. Just be mindful, you little shit. Yeah, that's gonna do it for this week's video. I'm having much more of an enjoyable time doing videos that are a little bit more punchy, a lot shorter, and are just more I guess me, I'm not trying to force myself to be some sort of stupid talking head and why I like the XYZ reason you're doing this certain thing in D&D or in Magic, whatever is wrong or bad. Just me being an absolute goon throughout the video has been so much more fun because I've drinking so much aspartame in my life that it's eventually going to come back to me in a couple years. I'm going to do the Gmod death, death noise thing. I know how to talk. I'm not amped up or anything. I ate some ice cream. I'm pretty happy. I don't know show why I'm talking about so much of useless random stuff, but isn't that what YouTube is for ultimately? But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys started walking to for yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically. And if you really want to find out the difference between nostalgia and disappointment and find out why they really are truly the same thing, then you know who to come to. But I'll talk to you all later.